Hi. So the question is, why? Why haven't you trained your leadership on how to be the best leader possible in this virtual, remote leadership environment? Hi, my name's Eric Herdman. I'm a professional speaker, keynote presenter in both the live, in-person, and the virtual world. And that's a question that I have been asking leaders for quite a while. Why haven't you done the training that you need to lead your team in this new and challenging time? The question isn't why we do training. The why we do training, the why we do leadership training is the same that it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. The why is to build skills, to collaborate, to communicate, to get new ideas, to know the difference in the brick and mortar all together in the same place leadership style and how we have the successes that we had in that world in our new virtual world. One of the things I'm always asked is not about the why, it's how we do the training now. Well, we do it in this environment. This is how we do it. We have an environment that's virtual where we have tremendous amount of engagement, involvement. We communicate, collaborate, coordinate, share ideas on some of the things that are the top leadership challenges. Things like work-life balance, how to drive performance, how to communicate. Seems like we need to do a little more, and it seems to be a little more specific. Yes. Productivity, how do we collaborate? And the 800-pound gorilla that every leader wants to know is how do I hold them accountable when I can't see them working? Well, one of the things after we solve that problem of how we do it and what we cover, it's then this question. How do you keep my people, Eric, from falling asleep? I hear there's this thing of this webinar fatigue, this virtual meeting fatigue, and my answer is well thought out and proven. I've got 208 virtual webinars and events, virtual events since March 13th to prove my answer is right, and it's don't be boring, don't be dull. We have so much available to us with multimedia and different things we can do in this environment. And one of the things we have to do is realize that people don't want to be put to sleep, that they do want to be engaged, and if we simply push them or make attempts to engage them, that can happen. I get comments all the time about how much energy there is in a webinar that I conduct, or how much energy there is in a talk that I give, and how that converts to keeping the webinar, seminar, or keynote participant engaged and involved. In fact, this one's kind of funny, but apparently I'm more engaging than knitting. And I do say it's kind of funny, but I think it's very serious, because there are a lot of times when you've probably witnessed in your meetings or maybe in trainings you've done with other presenters where you find yourself looking at your phone or looking down or doing some other work, and all of a sudden they're maybe trying to get you engaged, or they're just a talking head. I don't believe in being a talking head. I think we need to do certain things that keep people engaged. We have different multimedia tools available. We can engage them by asking them to place answers in the chat. And by the way, stats are often measured on how much engagement a participant gives in a webinar. And I have specific stats that I've been measured on, and I can get 47% of the participants to engage in the chat. And that's in a 2 to 4 hour webinar with as many as 1,000 people on there. Hand raising and quick polling and seeing where people are, true or false, raise your hand if you agree, that type of thing, I can get 79%. To give you a comparison to what those numbers mean, the industry standard, it's sad, but the industry standard for engagement in chat is about 22%. And getting people to participate with hand raising and polls and that sort of thing in webinars and virtual meetings is around 30%. So there is a way to do this, but we must try to engage them by using different things. Putting videos up. When you're talking about being tethered to your team as a remote leader, it's sometimes important to show a video. The multimedia makes sense. And sometimes it's having another presenter, maybe a better presenter, give your presentation some life. So you can do a lot of different things with this environment. You can have a lot of different things going on that keeps people engaged. Some of the practices that worked, just like leadership in the brick and mortar world, the live environment, they don't have 100% transferability into our virtual world, and the same is for presenting. We have to do much more to get our people engaged. And when you do, You get all kinds of feedback and comments from people that are engaged and getting a very meaningful amount of content that helps them with this new norm. I believe it's a better norm that we're in right now. In fact, not to give you a bunch of woo-woo, but I think we're going to come out of this better than we went into it. I feel very comfortable in saying that to the leaders that have had the training they need to lead a team in this virtual environment. So to find out what this virtual environment's all about, to find out that it's not a why we need to do training, that's the same, but how we do it, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. All you need to do is reach out and reply to this email, or reach out and contact us at the contact information in this email, and we'll set up a free webinar for you. That's right. You can bring as many as 25 people on a free webinar and see how it's done, and then decide if you would like to do a customized, tailored presentation on leadership for you and your team to help not only you, your leadership, but your individual team members in this very, very struggling, difficult, challenging time that we're all in. So, welcome to the not new normal, but the better normal. My name's Eric Herdman. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you at a virtual event very soon.